We begin this hour with the war against illicit drug trafficking, where the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency has uncovered a group of cannabis syndicates operating in the Okuje forests in Edo State. And the LEA spokesperson, Femi Babafemi, said in a statement the massive warehouses and tents storing more than 317,000 kilograms of the substances were destroyed and set ablaze in a two-day operation. Now, this development came barely hours after the chairman of the NDLEA, Brigadier General Mohammed Buba Marwa, vowed to make life tough and unrepentant for unrepentant drug barons and cartels this year. The agency said a 37-year-old man posing as a police inspector to convey the drugs from the forest to cities, and 3 others were arrested in connection with the drugs. And also during the week, about a total of 269,000 counterfeit US dollars were recovered from a syndicate, and 3 suspects arrested at a shopping mall in Lekki, Lagos State. Let's take it to Nasarawa State, where the police and other security agencies have rescued 2 female pupils out of the 6 abducted at the LEA Primary School, Alwaza, on Friday. The police spokesperson in the state, Rahman Nansil, confirmed in a statement that the children were rescued at the Sabonkwara village as a result of sustained pressure mounted on the abductors by a combined search and rescue team. Victims have been taken to the hospital for medical treatment and will be handed over to the chairman of the local government to reunite with their families. He adds that efforts are ongoing to rescue the other pupils still in captivity and arrest the abductors. Well, let's turn our attention to Imo State, where the governor, Hope Uzodinma, says the government will spend 1 billion naira to rebuild communities ravaged by the activities of bandits. The governor says this during a sensitization tour of 27 local government areas in the state, and also announced the development as he interacts with stakeholders in Oguta local government areas. Prince Uba reports.
It is the beginning of a sensitization tour of the 27 local government areas in the state by the governor. The essence of the tour is to instill confidence in the people in the hinterlands of government's presence through development, and to also admonish youth to embrace peace during this electioneering period. At Oru West and Uguta local government areas, Governor Uzodinma appealed to the people to support the government in the fight against banditry, promising that his government will spend 1 billion naira to rebuild communities ravaged by banditry.
Houses are being bought. I don't have peace. It is one death today, another death tomorrow. Every day, destruction after destruction. And when you investigate, these things are from our people and by our people. We just finished a panel of inquiry. I'm still struggling how to get money to fund their recommendation. Before you know it, another one happened again. We have equipped our strategy to contain the boys. Now, there is no mercy. No mercy. Operation mercy for bandits. We are going to go after them. Seriously. And I mean it. We are going to go after them. Very seriously.
At Oru West, which is the first port of call, Governor Uzodinma was received by teaming party supporters, where he urged the people of the area to ensure they support APC in the forthcoming elections.
APC will win, because I know you like good things. Everybody, their plan was to destroy government and have state of emergency. Government are now over 3 years. One year for a fucking was state of emergency. How will you get the state of emergency when I'm already over 3 years?
We are bringing this request and appealing to His Excellency to use his good relationship with NPDC to renegotiate the construction of a modern bridge.
The tour is expected to give the governor an insight of developmental projects urgently needed in rural areas. Prince Oba, TVC News, Uguta.
Now, the presidential and gubernatorial rallies of the All Progressives Congress may not take place in Taraba State until the Supreme Court determines the two cases challenging the candidature of Senator Emmanuel Boacha as the party's flag bearer. The Southern coordinator of the Tinubu Shetima campaign organization, David Kente, said this in Wukari, and he urged the APC supporters at the zonal rally in Wukari to mobilize for the victory of the party's presidential candidate Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, pending the outcome of the judgment. Our correspondent Wolabi Adenusi filed in this report.
The zonal presidential mega rally for Tinubu Shetima in Taraba State began at the palace of Akuuka, the spiritual head of Jukun Nation at Wukari. Leader of the group who led APC delegates to the palace, David Kante, explained reason for the exercise, which was to seek the king's blessings for the victory of their candidate Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Local governments of Southern Taraba has been given to me to coordinate the presidential campaign council. And this is my first homecoming since I was appointed, and that's why I felt it's necessary, if we are going to hold anything like a rally or a meeting, we should first of all come and get the royal blessings.
In his response, the Akuuka Manu Ishaku Ada Ali said, as the father of all, he could only encourage his subjects to join the political party of their choice. He said his prayers and expectations were for each and every of his subjects to succeed in the political party they decide to join, charging them to bear in mind that in any contest, only one person will be victorious.
May the blessing of God be upon you all, and may God bless your request and also bless all what you have put before you, for you are all mine.
The campaign team then moved with fanfare from the palace to the venue of the rally, displaying various posters of Bola Ahmed Tinubu to the admiration of the residents of Wukari. Speaking at the rally, David Kente told the party supporters to go out in their numbers and mobilize votes for the victory of the party presidential candidate. He shed more light on why the presidential campaign did not take place as earlier scheduled.
The rally has been put on hold indefinitely, pending the determination of the court, of the Supreme Court cases that are hanging. You are aware we have two Supreme Court cases, one instituted by my humble self.
He regretted that the money given by PCC for the campaign was hijacked by some politicians in the state, bent on frustrating their efforts.
The hijackers hijacked everything, including the money we are supposed to use to organize this.
Political pundits believe that for the All Progressives Congress to make positive impact in the forthcoming general elections in the state, stakeholders have to put aside their personal egos and resolve the internal crisis polarizing the party.
Now, one of the many support groups of the Tinubu Shetima ticket has charged the Independent National Electoral Commission to make the process of collecting the permanent voter cards more seamless. Our Voters Education Initiative support group said this at the flag-off of the door-to-door sensitization of voters on the use of BVAS and how to collect their ballots. Our senior correspondent, Joke Adisa, reports.
It's a little over 1 month to this year's presidential election, and campaign techniques are changing. Party supporters are now devolving to the grassroots to educate and sensitize voters on how and where to cast their ballots. One of such is the Voters Education Initiative support group. The permanent voter card is crucial to exercising the right to elect new leaders, and these politicians say there is need to keep the electorate abreast of needed information.
Do not fight. We know that there is going to be tension on that day, so we have to teach our supporters people in the village, because it's the grassroots I'm working for. I'm a grassroots mobilizer. We are teaching, we are educating, because it's not everyone that knows.
And as potential voters struggle to get their PVCs between now and the 29th, this support group appeals to the electoral umpire to further simplify the process.
So our electorates need to be educated on the voting processes, and that is what this very support group is doing.
We're here to sensitize them, to show them the signs and tell them more and the way for them to go about casting their ballot for Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Members of the support group are now to go to the grassroots and explain the process of voting and where to cast their votes to the electorate. Jokeyetsa, TVC News, Abuja.